We live in an era obsessed with the illusion of perfection, where every surface must be smooth and every reflection must be flawlessly bright. People move like synchronized machines through the urban landscape, hiding their true selves behind polished masks of artificial flawlessness that never show any emotion. Every individual is trapped in a digital world, ignoring the reality around them while seeking validation through filtered images and unreachable standards of beauty. Social media feeds are filled with smoothed skin and engineered smiles, creating a culture where a single wrinkle or a tiny scar is seen as a failure. We view a scratch on a car or a dent in a career as a mistake that must be hidden or discarded immediately to maintain the image. But in this world of glass and steel, what happens when something truly breaks? Does the shattered object lose all its value in an instant? A beautiful cup falls and shatters on the cold stone. In our modern world, we often see this as the end of its useful life. The crowd marches on, indifferent to the debris. To them, the broken shards are merely trash, a nuisance to be stepped over or kicked aside. We are taught to discard the broken and replace it with something new, never questioning if there was beauty in the struggle of its falling. Amidst the rushing feet, one man stops. Kaito sees what others ignore, recognizing that even in fragments, there is still a story to be told. He understands that the obsession with smooth surfaces might be blinding us to the true strength that lies beneath the cracks of our existence. Deep within a silent alleyway, away from the neon glare, Kaito's workshop stands as a sanctuary for things the rest of the world has forgotten. The air here is thick with the scent of earth and the warmth of the sun, a stark contrast to the coldness of the city outside. He lays the fragments out like precious jewels. He doesn't look at them with pity, but with a profound respect for their long, silent history. In his eyes, these cracks are not flaws. They are the map of a journey, marking the exact moment the object met its greatest challenge. Every object has a memory. This bowl once held the nourishment of a family, witnessing laughter and secrets before it met the hard ground. The wear on its base tells of 1,000 meals, of hands that held it with care and a heart that found comfort in its presence. The crack was not a failure of the ceramic. It was a testament to the fact that it lived, moved, and eventually encountered a force it couldn't resist. Brokenness is not the end. It is a transition. Every fracture carries the weight of survival, a record of the moment it chose to endure. To Kaito, discarding something broken is like rejecting the wisdom that comes with age. He chooses instead to embrace the lessons found within the shards. He begins the process of healing by preparing a mixture of lacquer and gold. This act is slow, rhythmic, and deeply meditative for the artisan. The gold represents value and light. By mixing it with the adhesive, he is preparing to turn a tragedy into a masterpiece of resilience. Time slows down in this space. Here, the hurry of the modern world cannot reach, allowing the soul of the object to be heard again. Healing cannot be rushed. Just as the tea must steep and the wind must blow, the process of restoration requires patience and a quiet heart. He knows that by fixing this bowl, he is also reminding himself of the importance of mending the fractured parts of his own human spirit. Every drop of gold is a promise. It is a commitment to not just fix what is broken, but to make it more beautiful than before. Kintsugi is more than a craft. It is a philosophy of honoring the broken. The brush moves with the precision of a surgeon healing a wound. It does not seek to hide the damage. Instead, it traces the lines of the disaster, illuminating the history of the object with precious metal. As the pieces touch, they begin to find their place again. The gold lacquer bonds them, turning the point of weakness into a seam of strength. His touch is both firm and compassionate. He understands that for the bond to hold, it requires time, pressure, and an unwavering belief in restoration. Even the smallest, most insignificant fragments are gathered. Nothing is too small to be saved, for every piece is essential to the bowl's complete identity. Slowly, the familiar form emerges from the chaos. It is the same bowl as before, yet it is profoundly changed, wearing its history for all to see. Healing is a slow process that happens in the quiet moments. The lacquer must cure, bonding the past fragments into a new, unified whole. Now comes the moment of transformation. Pure gold powder is dusted over the wet seams, catching the light and beginning to shine with intensity. The gold clings only to the scars. It follows the map of the breaking, turning the memories of pain into veins of brilliant, shining treasure. As the excess is brushed away, the transformation is revealed. The cracks are no longer ugly gaps. They have become the most vibrant part of the object. The repaired bowl is now stronger than it ever was when it was perfect. The gold and lacquer have reinforced its structure and its spirit. This is a metaphor for our own lives. Our scars are not things to be ashamed of. They are the evidence of our survival and resilience. When we stop trying to hide our wounds, we allow them to become sources of light. Every hardship we overcome adds a layer of gold to our soul. To heal is to honor the journey. It is to recognize that we are more beautiful because we have been broken and had the courage to mend. Kintsugi teaches us that there is no need to return to the way things were. The new version is richer, more complex, and far more valuable. By mending the ceramic, he has affirmed the value of every life that has ever felt shattered. He sees beauty where others see only ruin. The gold doesn't just fill the gap, it celebrates the gap. It tells the viewer, something happened here, and it was overcome with grace. This network of light is a map of survival. It is a physical manifestation of the strength that is forged only in the heat of adversity. The bowl has become more than a vessel for tea. It has become a vessel for hope, a silent teacher of the art of persistence. Final touches are applied with love. The scars are polished until they gleam, ensuring that the light within them can never be ignored again. Every crack is a heartbeat of history. Every repair is a breath of new life. The bowl is alive with the story of its own resurrection. What was once discarded is now honored. What was once broken is now the most precious thing in the room, a beacon of transformation. The work is complete. The lesson is clear. Imperfection is not a defect to be hidden, but a unique signature of strength to be celebrated. In the modern world, many of us feel like that broken bowl. We sit in the shadows of our failures, feeling shattered and beyond repair. We compare our internal chaos to everyone else's external perfection, feeling that our own cracks make us less worthy of love and success. But the pressure to be perfect is a burden no one can truly carry. It is in our moments of breaking that we find our true nature. Look to nature, where perfection is found in the irregular. A massive rock is split by time, creating a space for something new to begin. A crack is not just a sign of damage, it is an opening. It is the place where the seed finds the sun and life begins to bloom. The most resilient things grow in the most difficult places. They use the fractures of the world to anchor themselves and reach higher than ever. Water flows through the cracks to find its path. Without the opening, the life-giving stream would be blocked by the rigid wall of the stone. Your failures are the channels through which your wisdom flows. They are the paths that lead you to your ultimate purpose and strength. Kaito holds the bowl to the light. He knows that if this ceramic had never broken, it would have remained just another ordinary piece of pottery. It is the break that allowed the gold to enter. It is the wound that allowed the light to shine through with such breathtaking beauty. Every time we fall, we have the opportunity to pick up the pieces and rebuild ourselves with something much more precious than what we lost. Resilience is not about never breaking. It is about the courage to put yourself back together, one golden seam at a time, until you are whole. They carry their history with pride. They understand that their strength is a direct result of the battles they have fought and the wounds they have healed. We are all connected by our brokenness. It is the one thing we all share, the universal language of the human experience and its survival. When we acknowledge our cracks, we find the strength to connect with others on a deeper level, moving beyond the surface of artificial perfection. The lesson of the bowl is ready to be shared. It is time for the light of the Kintsugi to go back into the world outside. He carries the wisdom of the broken with him. He is a messenger of hope in a city that has forgotten how to value the struggle. The contrast is sharp, but Kaito moves with a peace that the frantic city cannot disturb. He knows the secret that lies within the gold. He is here to show the world that there is a different way to live, a way that celebrates the scars and the stories they tell. The bowl sits in the center of the room, its gold lines shining brilliantly against the stark, white background of the modern gallery. The visitors are drawn to it. They see something in the bowl that they have been missing in their own lives, a sense of authentic truth. As she looks at the repaired ceramic, she starts to feel the weight of her own hidden sorrows. The mask of perfection begins to crumble. In that touch, there is a moment of profound empathy. She realizes that she doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful or valuable. She lets go of the image she was forced to project. She embraces her own cracks and finds a sense of peace she hasn't felt in years. One by one, the masks come off. The room is no longer filled with cold porcelain, but with the warmth of real, imperfect human beings. When we stop hiding our pain, we create space for others to do the same. Vulnerability becomes the bridge that connects us all together. A simple act of kindness becomes a golden seam in the fabric of the community. We learn to support each other through our shared brokenness. The world transforms. The coldness of the city is replaced by the heat of human connection, fueled by the acceptance of our own imperfections. They are no longer machines. They are living, breathing stories of survival, each one carrying their own unique patterns of golden resilience. We teach our children that it is okay to fall, and even better to get up. Every scrape is just a new chapter in their growing strength. We stop fearing the break. We start seeing it as an opportunity for creativity and growth, a chance to add more light to our work. The city itself seems to soften. The sharp edges of the skyscrapers are tempered by the glow of 1,000 human souls finally being honest. He knows that his small workshop was just the beginning. The philosophy of Kintsugi is spreading, healing the fractures of the modern world. Community is rebuilt on the foundation of shared struggle. We find strength in knowing that we are not alone in our moments of breaking. This light is the power of empathy. It is the understanding that your scars are beautiful, and mine are too, and together we are whole. The burden of perfection is cast aside. In its place is the freedom to be real, to be flawed, and to be truly, deeply human. Trust is built in the cracks. When we are honest about our limits, we build connections that are stronger than any artificial agreement. The world is no longer a collection of identical, perfect things. It is a gallery of unique, resilient masterpieces, each one telling a different story. The master has become part of the whole. His work is done, and the light he nurtured now belongs to everyone who chooses to see. As the day ends, we are reminded that even in the darkness, the gold within us continues to shine, guiding us through the night. The silence of the alley is no longer lonely. It is peaceful. It is the quiet, after a long journey of healing and profound discovery. Every ending is just a preparation for a new beginning. Behind this door, more fragments are waiting to be turned into golden treasures. Do not fear the cracks in your life. They are the places where your true light will eventually break through and shine for everyone. You are not broken. You are in the process of being remade into something far more valuable and enduring than you ever imagined before. Be patient with your healing. Trust the process of the lacquer and the gold, and know that your story is still being written. Your scars are your gold. They are the evidence of your strength and the proof that you have the power to overcome anything. Embrace the beauty of the broken, In a world of temporary perfection, choose to be a lasting masterpiece of resilience and authentic grace. Thank you for listening to the story of the fragments. May you find the gold within your own cracks and shine brightly today. Remember, you are extraordinary, not in spite of your brokenness, but because of how you chose to heal and rise again with gold.